So welcome everyone to the RVS webinar series. This is season 3, episode 2, our latest and greatest DVRs. My name is Horace Meshinov. I'm the director of marketing at RVS, and I will be leading this webinar. So welcome, and away we go. So in front of you, these are the DVRs that we're going to be discussing today. As you can see, there are 4 series of DVRs. We have the TRONG, the RVS 6000 series, and then we have our MobileMule 6200, 6300, and 6400 series. The 62, 63, and 64 are all updates and improvements to previous lines of DVRs that we've had before. The RVS 6000 series, the TRONG, is a new product, and we're very excited about it. We've just started offering it around a month ago, and we've been getting a great feedback, so I'm excited to introduce it to you. Before we start going into the specifics of each individual series, I just wanted to do a general overview of the different features that we offer, hardware/software, for our DVRs, before we dive into the specifics of each series. So, of course, the most important thing about the DVR is its recording. And our DVRs, they accept hard drives up to 2 terabytes, as you see over here. There are 2 exceptions. The TRONG, the 6000 series, it comes with 2 256 gigabyte SD cards, and then it's only extendable to 1 terabyte. And the 6200 series is not extendable. You can't use a hard drive with it. But the 6300 series and the 6400 series, they accept recording up to 2 terabytes, and there's a 1 terabyte hard drive included. And that's more than enough to store many, many hours of footage. And all the footage is password protected, and it is also locked, as you can see on the diagram on the upper right over there. They're all under lock and key, so you don't have to worry about the safety of them. And it features loop recording, meaning if you happen to fill up that storage, so then it'll loop over the oldest storage and continue to record, so you'll never lose any of that latest footage. Military-grade vibration and shock rating. So even though you could put these through the ringer, bumps, going through dirt roads, etc., you won't have to worry about that having an impact on the footage itself. And no monthly fee. If you're doing live remote viewing, then obviously you would be paying for the data plan, but no monthly fee for the hosting of the footage itself. So from a recording perspective, it's really quite substantial. We put together this nifty little chart, and you can see how much time that gives you in regard to recording based on the resolution of footage that you have. So the minimum that you're going to have is 512 from the ones that we're going over today. Even the TRONG with the basic, the most basic option comes with 2 256 gigabyte SD cards. So you're going to have 500 hours of recording, even on full HD, more than enough to last you for a while. And then obviously as you upgrade and go to larger sizes, that becomes more and more substantial. Next, in terms of G-sensor and event recording. So these will obviously be installed in the vehicle itself, and something that we get quite a lot is that operators and fleet managers, they want to be able to make sure that if there's any unusual activity, so then that won't get looped over as the recording continues. So the these DVRs, they have a G sensor, and the G sensor, it recognizes when there's something unusual, and you can set an alert that when that G sensor is triggered, so that labels that footage 20 seconds prior and 20 seconds after the event, and those will be stored separately and will not get overwritten even once the storage gets full. So if let's say you would have some sort of accident or some sort of impact, etc., you don't have to worry about that footage getting looped over in the future. Those will be stored and can be accessed even once the rest of the footage gets looped over. Same thing with inputs. Anything that is with alarm inputs, if anything that has 12 volts can be set as an alarm. So if it gives off a 12-volt signal, then you can set it as a trigger for an alarm, and the same thing would be activated whereby the footage would be overwrite protected. So like it says over here, if you have when the bus door is opened, or potentially a seat belt or something like that. So all that, if the seat belt is not, let's say the seat belt's not on, anything where we have that electrical signal in the vehicle, that can be set as a manual trigger, which would set an alarm and save that as an event. We also offer as an accessory a panic button, whereby just by pressing the panic button, the operator can set it as an event, and then that would save that footage again for 20 seconds prior and 20 seconds after. So very customizable for each individual scenario to have this footage for whatever's important for your particular case, to keep the footage that you deem as the most valuable, as well as just record general day-to-day footage. GPS tracking. So with our viewer, our footage viewer, so it's integrated with Google Maps, and when you log in, and this is both via the app or via the we have an online viewer and a desktop viewer. You can see all the data about your vehicle. You can see the route that it's driven, and you can see what the speed was. You can see if the driver went over a certain speed, or if he was going driving in places that he wasn't supposed to. And you can also set geofencing, and so you can get an automatic alert, whenever your driver has gone outside of a specific zone. You can set that as an alert, and then that'll alert the operator that he's gone where he's not supposed to. I see we have a question from Christopher in regard to the mobile app for the earlier MobileMule. Ours has stopped working. No update from your tech support. Only desktop viewable now. Christopher, so as far as I understand, that app is being updated or has already been updated. I will double check on it and get back to you, but I will check with Mike, who's our head of DVR, and I will let you know an update in regard to that. Does the GPS need an external antenna? Yes, the GPS does need an external antenna, and that actually is included with the DVR purchase, and it attaches to the rear of it. Moving along, delay power off. So if you would like the option of continuing to record footage even while the vehicle is off, that can be set up as well, and the DVR will draw power directly from the vehicle battery for up to 24 hours. And in the event that the DVR loses power, there is an 8-second power off delay in general, where it protects the data for 8 seconds from those built-in capacitors if you don't want to utilize that delay power off. So these are all features. These are all features that are available again on all of our DVRs. Like I mentioned before, we have geofencing and we have live video remote viewing. If you're a fleet operator, this is something that's essentially just becoming the norm now. That if you want to connect and view live footage from any vehicle that's on the road, you can just in the comfort of your office pull up the live remote viewer, and if you have the Wi-Fi or 4G enabled, you can connect to any vehicle and see any viewpoint on the vehicle, and have the ultimate level of control for all your vehicles. And even while the vehicle is still driving, you can download that footage and store it. You don't have to wait until it's back to upload it. Just a brief, quick once-over in regard to some of the differences between our old DVRs and our new DVRs. Again, in regard to the viewer, the footage viewer, so that's remained the same. You don't have to. You'll still be able to use that same desktop viewer to check on all the vehicles and to view the footage. But we changed the size based on feedback that we were getting from our operators, from different companies. We downsized all our DVRs. The most significant downside is in our 4-channel 6200 series, and it's significantly smaller than the previous one, but all of them have been downsized without obviously losing any performance. And another important upgrade that we did, which was not available previously, was that we can mix and match multiple camera formats. So previously, if you had an AHD camera and you wanted to add another camera, so that camera would have to be the same format. The software did not allow us to have multiple formats being inputted into the DVR. So now you can do that, and whether it's HD, a standard, RCA, without any problems. In regard to the processing speed, we did upgrade those internal components, so the footage does get processed faster. This means that it gets streamed faster, and overall you get a quicker picture, because in regard to the software being upgraded, that went across all the DVRs. And number 4, we have an HDMI output. As you can see over here, there is an HDMI on the bottom right. There is an HDMI output for the monitor, which we did not have on the previous one. So quick and easy connection to an HDMI monitor, so you can see if you want to see the footage in the actual cab itself, you can see that quickly and easily. A couple questions. Vern, do your solutions invite ELDs to integrate, or vice versa, to an all-in-one solution? So that's something that we are working on the engineering side, Vern. We don't have it at this time, but it's something that we're actively working on, because we're aware that it is important, and it's something that gets asked for. And I don't have an exact timeline, but it's in the hot seat. It's on the high priority, and we'll send out any updates as soon as we get them. Can the old monitors be hooked up to the new DVRs? Yes, they can, Linda. The old monitors that you have can be hooked up to these new DVRs without any adapters and without any issues. So moving along to the specifics of the DVRs. This is our TRONG. TRONG, this is our brand new product that I mentioned previously, and it's called the TRONG TRONG stands for Tracking Strong. It was thought up by our talented marketing team. So what's cool about this product? What's cool is that it's integrated. As technology moves more and more, people want an integrated system. They don't want to have to buy and install additional cameras if they don't need to. They want something that has cameras, that has tracking, that has live remote viewing, that has recording, and that has it all together. So the TRONG is our most integrated product yet, and that's one of the reasons why we're so excited about it, especially for smaller fleets. It has an integrated, it has a driver-facing and a road-facing 1080p full HD cameras. The one that you see over here is the driver-facing, and the driver-facing has infrared. It records to two 256 gigabyte micro SD cards. Very slim and compact. It basically fits in the palm of your hand. Installs very quickly on the windshield. And like our other DVRs, the standard version of this does come with live remote viewing with that extra data plan, which you can get on our website. A little bit of a deeper dive into it. So on the left picture, you'll see that's with both of those lenses turned inwards. Obviously, when it's in use, you'll have one facing one way and one facing the other way. Those lenses are adjustable via the side. If you look at the picture to the right, so on the side, those are adjustable just by turning the screw over there. And 150-degree angle for the road-facing, 180-degree angle for the driver-facing. And again, the picture on this is absolutely incredible. We had a couple of lunch and learns in the office about it, and it just blew people away. The SD cards get stored on the side of it, and then the actual TRONG itself connects to that third picture from the left, the hub. And so the control hub is where the power input goes into, and that's the DP cable from the DisplayPort cable from the TRONG goes into that hub as well. And you can see over there how it just connects to the back of the TRONG and directly to that hub. In that hub as well is the ability to add a SIM card for the data, and it also has the ability to add the extender. So the TRONG comes in two versions. It comes in the standard version and then the extender version. The extender version, what it does is essentially you see that extender input, and it's a cable that expands the TRONG to be able to include two additional cameras. Besides the driver-facing and the road-facing camera, you can add two more cameras to it. So if you're using this for a fleet and they want to have side cameras as well, or if for the driver, if he wants to add backup cameras, etc. So it adds the ability to add two more cameras as well as a monitor, and it adds the ability to add multiple triggers to store the footage and act as events, as we mentioned previously. So it really gives you that ability to actually make it into this comprehensive system and to cover the full vehicle in really quite a small compact package. Questions: are the SD cards locked in the RVS 6000? Yes, so they are locked. They're not locked with a lock-in key, but they're locked with a special, I believe it's a screw key that comes. The key comes together with the actual unit, and they're locked with a screw key so that they can't be accessed easily. Does the driver facing look directly back into the sleeper, or can it be adjusted to not view the sleeper? It can be the cameras, both cameras, the road facing and the driver facing, can be adjusted to go up and down. They can't be adjusted side to side, but they can be adjusted up and down. So within that full range of that full angle of up and down, they can be adjusted. So I hope that answers your question, Vern. So moving along, this is the TRONG. That's a review for our TRONG system. Take a look on our website where we have we have an unboxing video. Thank you, Tyler. That goes through exactly what's in the box, and on the website has tons more information, and you can reach out to us obviously for any other questions that you have. Back to our standard DVRs. So the RVS 6200. This is a system that does not come with the hard drive storage. It comes with the ability to store a 512 gigabyte SD card, and this is our 4-channel system. 960 HD cameras, records all of them simultaneously. Like I mentioned, this system is quite a lot slimmer than the previous one, but we have upgraded the internal components, and as well we've made various improvements to just the actual efficiency of the product itself. You used to need to plug each camera in separately, and now you could do each one. Now you just do them all into one harness. Back to one of the questions before. So over here is where you would plug in the GPS antenna. On the right, you can see where it says service and GPS. So the GPS antenna would be plugged into over there, as well as the data or Wi-Fi antenna as needed if you have those live remote viewing options. Now Christopher, it is 4G capable. If you can see over there, it says 3G/4G capable. The photo of the plug over here, right there, that it is 3G and 4G 100%, and I guess 5G as soon as we get there, maybe 2020 or 2021. No promises. The 6300 series is also 4-channel. However, this offers the ability. This comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive for all that added storage, and also gives you the ability to add an additional 1 terabyte hard drive for a total of 2 terabytes of hard drive storage, and plus you have that SD card ability to add that 512 gigabyte SD card. Sorry, my mistake. It wouldn't be a 1 terabyte hard drive. It would be 1 2 terabyte hard drive that you would be upgrading to. So the standard comes with 1 terabyte, and you can upgrade to 1 2 terabyte. Dawn is asking what happened to the IPC camera port. So in regard to the IPC camera port, that's something that we are planning on introducing to this DVR as well, to this series. It is still a work in progress, but I know that Mike is in touch with our manufacturers, and they are working on it. In the meantime, a camera that offers basically the same capabilities as our IP camera would be our 1080, our RVS 1080 HD camera, and that's a forward-facing camera. And so that would take one of the camera ports, but that would offer essentially the same features as our previous IP camera. And Tyler just posted a link to it, so you can take a look at that at your own leisure. And finally, our 8-channel system. our RVS 6400, our 8-channel system. So this takes the 6300 system and ramps it up to 8 channels. Again, in regard to the storage, it comes with 1 terabyte, but you can switch it for a 2 terabyte hard drive, as well as adding backups SD storage of up to 512. And although this DVR has double the amount of channels as the previous one, it is the same size. So you can record from all 8 channels AHD to that DVR, and you still have all those options that are available for the previous ones. You can see that HDMI output over there as well, and we have a VGA port if you would like to connect your monitor via VGA, and on the front there's also a USB to connect a mouse if so desired. Vern asked, do all of the new systems have 3 to 4 triggers that are available? Yes, they do, Vern. All of the new systems they do have triggers that are available to set up for as needed for your particular situation. Christopher, possibly all IPC MDVR in the future. I will double check, but from what I believe, the 6300 and the 6400 series, those are the 2 that will have the IPC in the future. I will confirm and reach out to you on a personal email in regard to that, but from what I understand, it would be so those two, the hard drive options, the 6300 and the 6400 series, going forward. To just give you a general overview of the different DVRs that we went over, as well as their various features, this is a nifty little chart that we put together for these 11 DVRs, and this chart is also available on our site. On any one of the DVR pages, of the product pages, you'll see a link to go to the DVR catalog, and in the DVR catalog, you'll see this features chart, which can hopefully help your decision in regard to which one to choose, make it easier and simpler. And so that is basically it from my side. A lot of great products. Happy to share it with you guys. Does anyone have any further questions? There will be a recorded link. I will send that around to everyone that is registered. There will be a recorded link for this webinar that will be available shortly. And as always, any further questions, you can always reach out to myself or Mike or our customer service people. And there's tons more features and options to these DVRs that are beyond the scope of this webinar today. But this is just like a small taste, and we're continuously improving and optimizing all of our products, and we have a lot of new interesting features in the pipeline, introducing different things. I'm not going to give it all away now. I'll save it for the next webinar. And thank you for joining us, and hope to be in touch shortly. Take care, everyone.